So we do have a new process on the Series 1 watch that you need to follow before you go to sealing your case or screwing the case back on. If you remember earlier, I mentioned a little bag that came in the watch parts tray that you'll get in your kit. A little bag that had 2 clamps in it and 2 tiny screws. So we've got our crown screwed down and cut and fitted, and we've got the movement holder fitted. And by the way, this was a sample from the factory. That's why this is brass. You'll see that yours is made of steel. But you've got your clamps on the side installed. The watch seems like it's almost ready for casing. But we do have these extra clamps, and what these clamps do is hold the movement to the movement holder, and it just gives that extra level of a secure fit in the case, so the movement doesn't slide around, and the watch is just overall assembled better and more secure. The movement is more secure in the case. So you've got these little tabs. They look kind of like the tabs that go on the side of the movement holder, but they're much smaller. And you'll see they have a rounded side and a flat side. So the rounded side goes on just like this. You'll see a curved, rounded notch on two different positions on the movement. Let me try to get it moved over here to the other position. There we are. Right here, which is just across from the balance wheel. You have this rounded spot with a screw hole in it, and then over here, just to the right of the balance in this position, you have the place for this tab. So what I do, and this is pretty easy, I slide the tab over, position it over the screw hole, and I just drop the screw in place, and it drops in pretty easy. This is actually a pretty simple install. And you just take one of their smaller screwdrivers, just match the closest tipped screwdriver to the screw you're working with. And screw it down securely. And there you go. One of them's installed, and that tab just goes over, just barely goes over the movement holder, and that pinches the movement down to the movement holder even more securely than it was before. We'll get the other side now, and you can see how quick that was. That was not difficult. Here's the other position. You know, it's kind of just over here from the crown and crown stem. I'm going to just slide that into place so the rounded edge meets rounded edge. Pick up our little screw. Again, these are the screws in the little baggie. Put the screw in place. And there's not much danger in this operation, but you know, you don't want to scratch the screw head or scratch the little tab, because this is a part of the watch that you will see through the display case back. So you don't want to make too much of a mess of this job, but it's kind of hard to mess up. It's a pretty easy operation. And there you are. Now the movement and case is ready for the case back to go on. And just to show you again, here's tab number 1. right here. And there's tab number 2. Once that is on, then you are ready to put the case back on. Everything is built on the inside of the watch and you're ready to go.